The unemployment numbers are overwhelming. A total of 20 million jobs was lost in April 2020, and the unemployment rate was reported as a dismal 14.7%. That would have been closer to 19% if certain COVID-19 layoffs had been properly classified, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. More bad news is expected for May and June data before any recovery commences. Given this level of job losses, one is drawn to make comparisons with the 1930s, as that was the last time the U.S. saw 20% plus unemployment. Be careful with drawing any parallels. This time around, the cause was a pandemic and not a financial crisis. The speed of the economic collapse has been measured in weeks in 2020 and not in years. And more importantly, the policy responses are addressing the crisis immediately and in massive size, instead of denying the problem as was done during the first years of the Great Depression. The economic lockdowns caused a seismic shock that shut down travel, closed restaurants, and hit service industries the hardest, then spread to manufacturing and other sectors as demand collapsed. Back in 1929, when the stock market crashed, it was caused by a financial panic, with the banking system effectively locking up. In that sense, 1929 was actually more like 2008. The economic lockdowns of this pandemic crisis caused a phase transition known in physics as a cascading network collapse. It is abrupt, measured in weeks. There is no long slide into massive unemployment as occurred over the 4 years after the 1929 stock market crash. Back in 2933, the Fed stood by and watched banks fail by the thousands. This was especially unfortunate since the Fed had been created after the financial panic of 1907, specifically to serve as the lender of last resort for the financial system to prevent future downturns from turning into depressions. The Fed failed its first test spectacularly in the 1930s. In 2008, the Fed rose to the occasion and secured the financial system and the economy against a repeat of the 30s. This time around in 2020, the Fed has pulled out the playbook from 2008 and then added several more $1 trillion of financial system support for good measure. The lesson from the 1930s was not to stand by and watch helplessly. The lesson from 2008 was to act quickly, decisively, and with maximum force. Fiscal policy responses were very different between 1929 and 2020 as well. The Depression was well underway before the presidential election of November 1932. Both candidates affirmed a commitment to fiscal discipline in the face of the crisis. Franklin D. Roosevelt won the election handily, and he was not long in office before he realized that massive stimulus and works programs were needed to reduce unemployment. He quickly forgot about any desire for balanced budgets. In 2020, almost $3 trillion of government spending has already been committed or soon will be. The budget deficits are set to soar to $4 trillion a year by the end of 2021. The 2020s will not be like the 1930s. The downturn has been more abrupt, yet the recovery will start sooner, even if it may be long and drawn out. I'm Blue Putnam, Chief Economist, CME Group.